Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. I got a two-parter here. First from dailymail.com. Fanny Willis suffers another setback that ensures Trump won't face trial in Georgia until after the election. So Judge McAfee basically allowed Fanny Willis to stay on the case, and Donald Trump is appealing it. Well, the appeals court has set an October date to see that appeal, right? And essentially, it guarantees that Trump won't be tried before the election. Now, the news comes days after the Manhattan jury convicted Trump on 34 counts in the Stormy Daniels trial, right? The case where we still don't quite know what the actual crime was. It was a misdemeanor that was beyond the statute of limitations that somehow got turned into a felony. But that's besides the point, okay? 3 judges who will decide the matter have set a tentative date for October 4th for the oral arguments that will be heard in the appeal. Even if they decide to reaffirm Judge Scott McAfee's decision to allow Willis to continue to prosecute the case, it may not come until several months after the election. So based on a state constitutional time limit, they would need to rule before mid-March 2025, or about 4 months after the election. This hearing comes after Trump and his co-defendants sued following McAfee's decision, which allowed Willis to stay on the case, despite having acknowledged having an affair with Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade, whom she paid $750,000 to and basically got no results out of it because now he's off the case and he gets to keep the money. So the Georgia Court of Appeals on Wednesday issued a decision pausing Fulton County District Attorney Fanny Willis's prosecution of former President Trump while he appeals the decision on her disqualification in the case. The court order reads, "The proceedings below in the Superior Court of Fulton County are hereby stayed pending the outcome of these appeals." Willis indicted Trump and 18 co-defendants last year under the state's RICO Act. Trump has pleaded not guilty and contended the case is part of a broader political witch hunt designed to derail his campaign for the White House. It is, especially at this point, because Judge McAfee has actually thrown out the biggest piece of this puzzle, which is the phone call. You remember Trump's perfect phone call that he made saying, "Find me the votes"? Yeah, the judge threw that phone call out of the case. They can't admit it as evidence. So without that, I don't know what we're even talking about here, because that was everybody's main reason of why they had Trump. They had to get him, right? But the case was thrown into disarray over allegations that Willis maintained an inappropriate relationship with Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade, who had no RICO prosecution experience in his history. Since the pairs admitted to having a relationship, but they insisted that it began after Willis hired him for the case. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee in March ruled either Wade or Willis must leave the case. His judgment indicated that they knew they were doing something wrong and one person had to go, but I don't know why he still allowed the other to maintain the case. Maybe it's just because he knows that this case goes away if Fanny Willis is off of the case, because no other district attorney in Georgia would be dumb enough to actually try to prosecute this. Look at the reputation that Fanny Willis now has. Trump, for his part, has appealed the decision allowing Willis to remain because, like I just said, if the judge admitted that they did something wrong and tried to get one by on him, why are either of the two allowed to stay on? Oral arguments on the matter have been set for October 4th. This decision basically cements the fact that this case will not be resolved before the November election. Another swing and miss by the Democrats in this political witch hunt. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.